Well, ladies and gentlemen, this offense is certainly hot. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies and Social Media. Today we're in the last night's game between the Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers as the Phillies defeat the Dodgers but for the score of 12-10 as they now at least secure a series split. Now guys, before we get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. This video is also brought to you by All Things Phillies. All Things Phillies are trying to do a video of highlights from the game. So please go subscribe to his channel. Link in the description section. I tell you what, there's a lot of fight coming out of this Phillies team. There's a whole lot of fight coming out of this Phillies team. And honestly, I don't think we've seen this offense as hot and as consistent as right now so far this year. I mean, this has been an outstanding road trip. So we're now 4-1 on this road trip. So a great job. I tell you what, man. I mean, we now at least secure a series split out there in Los Angeles. So this road trip has been much better than I thought it would be. And yes, I understand the pitching staff is absolutely terrible, but our offense has stepped it up. Bryce Harper is red hot. He has just had an outstanding road trip. I mean, another 2 doubles last night, the home run. Of course, it was another solo shot, but who cares? Nick Castellanos with a nice bounce back night. Kyle Schwarber with a Matt Stairs-esque home run to right field. And I mean, Bryson Stott going the other way, to start the scoring. So this offense is certainly getting it going, right? It is certainly heating up, and you never would know that Bryce Harper has a slight tear in his UCL. You never would know that by the way he is playing the game. As we pick up the scoring summary here in the top of the second inning, Bryson Stott singles on a line drive the other way to left field. Rhys Hoskins and El Torito de Barrera come around to score, and it's now 2-0 Philadelphia here in the second. So I talk about every time Bryson Stott goes the other way, his ability to go the other way is simply amazing. So that ended an 0 for 13 for him. We all know that he has definitely been struggling at the plate, so hopefully this gets him going, right? Hopefully this gets him going. So opens the scoring on the ballgame for the Phils. The nice line drive to left field. So 2-0 Phils. Let me pick it up here in the bottom of the third inning. Chris Taylor homers on a fly ball to left center field, his second of the season, and the Dodgers get into a nearly 2-1 ball game. So Chris Taylor, a guy that did a life free agency last year, actually a guy that the Phillies were, really looking at to play center field. He ends up re-signing that 4-year deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's definitely a good player. I really like Chris Taylor a lot. And then we pick it up here in the same inning. Mookie Betts doubles on a sharp line drive in the gap in left center. Austin Barnes comes around to score, and the ball game is now tied at 2. So that's Betts' only 4th double of the season. He's definitely had a struggled season so far. I'm not a huge fan of Mookie Betts. It's not 2018 anymore, ladies and gentlemen. You remember in his MVP year, he had a great year that year, but I'm just not a huge fan of the guy. I'm just really not. So the ball game's now tied at 2. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Max Muncy singles on a ground ball to right field. Mookie Betts comes around to score, and the Dodgers now take a 3-2 lead. So I understand this is only a 2-run lead, but you see how lethal this Dodgers lineup is, how quickly they could take the lead. I mean, can you not? I mean, they just are like bam, bam, bam. We saw that in the first game of this 4-game series, how quickly they can come back. So they definitely have a great ability to hit the baseball. They're just a good team. You got to give them credit where credit is due. I mean, they're just a very good team. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Justin Turner doubles on a short line drive to center field. Freddie Freeman and Max Muncy come around to score, and it's now a 5-2 Dodgers lead. So it's really just dejecting, right? I mean, you have Kyle Gibson going out there. He looked decent. For the first 2 innings, of course, did allow a home run to Taylor, but we get this nice 2-0 lead. It's only 2-0. From that Bryson Stott RBI single the other way, and here we go. Now we're down 5-2. I mean, it's amazing how quickly this all happened. And we pick it up here in the top of the 4th inning. He does it again, ladies and gentlemen, as Bryson Stott singles on a ground ball to center field. Odubel Herrera comes around to score, and it's now a 5-3 ball game. So Bryson Stott with his 3rd RBI of the night. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Kyle Schwarber. He absolutely crushed this one as he homers on a fly ball to right field. A 2-run shot also scores Bryson Stott his 8th of the season, and it's now a 5-5 tie. So Schwarbs, man, Schwarbs. That was just great. I mean, I love his swing, right? You kind of just know it's going to be going out by the way he reacts, right? So it definitely has a cool swing. So Kyle Schwarber sends one into the bleachers in right field to tie the ball game at 5. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Austin Barnes singles on a sharp ground ball to center field. Chris Taylor comes around to score, and it's now a 6-5 Dodgers lead. So this is just a back and forth ball game. This definitely was an exciting one for both sides. Of course, if you're a Dodger fan, I mean, your pitching staff, I mean, most pitching staffs for both of these squads have been awful this series so far. So a 6-5 Dodgers lead. Pick it up here in the top of the 6th inning. Alec Bohm doing Alec Bohm things at the plate as he hits a shank fly out to center field. Johan Camargo comes around to score, and the ball game is now tied at 6. So Alec Bohm loves hitting the sac flies. He loves doing the fundamental baseball at the plate. So great job right there from Alec Bohm. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Bryce Harper doubles on a sharp line drive to right field. Bryson Stott comes around to score his roomie, and it's now a 7-6 Phillies lead. So the Phillies now take the lead. So Bryce Harper with his 13th double of the season at that time. Excellent swing right there from Harper. I mean, he is really heating up right now. Pick it up here in the same inning. Nick Castellanos singles on a line drive to left field. Kyle Schwarber comes around to score, and Bryce Harper with a great effort speeding home. And he actually tried to hurdle Austin Barnes. He tried to hurdle him, but unfortunately he was unsuccessful. Don't do stuff like that. I mean, you're just asking for an injury, and of course he was tagged out by Austin Barnes. Don't try to hurdle the guy. I mean, that's just not smart. We pick it up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Trey Turner facing Brad Hand as Brad Hand hits Trey Turner in the foot with the bases loaded, and Austin Barnes comes around to score. It's now an 8-7 ball game. Brad Hand, I mean, he's doing that a little bit recently, right? I mean, my goodness gracious. So the Dodgers, luckily, they don't get any more out of that inning. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 8th inning. Bryce Harper does it again, ladies and gentlemen, as he homers on a fly ball to right field. His 8th of the season, all he have been solo shots. So as I talked about yesterday, it's kind of interesting, right? I mean, 2 years in a row, he's kind of going down the same path of just hitting solo shots, but that's all right. Now a 9-7 Phillies lead. So he absolutely crushed that ball. So Bryce Harper is seeing the baseball very, very well right now. He hit it down the line into that short porch and right. That is not a hitter's park. But definitely a short wall out there in right field at Dodger Stadium. So 9-7 Philadelphia. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Jerry's Familia comes in to try to get the save as Justin Turner homers on a fly ball to left field. A 2-run shutout scores Muncy, his 2nd of the season, and it's now a 9-9 tie. Jerry's Familia gets blown save. So the ball game is now knotted at 9. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 10th inning. Nick Castellanos, huge as he doubles on a ground ball down the line to left field. Roman Quinn and Bryce Harper come around to score, and the Phillies now take the lead. Now 11-9 ball game. As Nick Castellanos did a huge clutch hit right there to give the Phillies a nice 2-run lead. That would be his 9th double of the season. And then in the same inning, Nick Castellanos steals third. The throw by Austin Barnes goes down the left field line, and Nick Castellanos was able to come around to score, and the Phillies now extend the lead. Now 12-9 ball game. So great job right there from Nick Castellanos. I love the aggressiveness. The Phillies are maybe able to take advantage of a little mistake. And we pick it up here in the bottom of the 10th inning. Mookie Betts grounds into a double play, but in the meantime, Chris Taylor came around to score, and it's now a 12-10 ball game. Of course, we always have to make it interesting at the end, as I talked about in yesterday's video, which also played in. I mean, we always have to make it interesting, but that'd be your final. 12-10 as the Phillies win. Francisco Morales gets his first career save. Kyle Schwarber, only hit was a big one. The 2-run shot to right field was just great. Also mixes in a walk. Alec Bohm out of the 2-hole collects 2 knocks. Also gets an RBI on that sacrifice fly. And Bryce Harper, 3 knocks last night, the 2 doubles, the solo home run, scoring 2 runs. I mean, working 2 walks. So he is really heating up. I mean, his OPS now climbs to 948. I mean, this is the MVP Harp. I mean, he's definitely right. The reigning NL MVP is shining once again. And I understand he's been shut down from throwing for another 4 weeks, but I tell you never would know he has a little slight UCL tear by the way he's playing the game right now. Nick Castellanos, 2 knocks. I mean, deliver that huge clutch, go ahead, 2 RBI double in the top of the 10th inning. Then he scores on the error by Austin Barnes after the really aggressive base running play. JT with a rough hitless performance last night. OPS now sits at 680. He's just been terrible. I don't know what else to say. He's been so inconsistent. He has not been that same guy since 2020. Ever since we signed him to that 5-year contract in the offseason, he's has not been that same guy. And Rhys Hoskins collects a knock, in 6 ABs. And also scores one of the Phillies, 12 runs last night. And Jobo Herrera, 2 knocks. The 2 runs scored, also mixing in a walk, a 298 average, and an 894 OPS. He's definitely, produced well when he's played. And Johan Camargo also collecting 2 knocks and scoring one of the Phillies runs. And Bryson's got 2 knocks last night. I mean, the RBI single, the 2 RBI single. And you want to know how bad he's been. I mean, his OPS now climbs to 379. So he's definitely been sluggish at the plate. That has been no secret. I've talked about that before. So it's nice to see this guy have a night like he did last night. He definitely needed it. Hopefully this is going to get him out of it. Kyle Gibson with a rough start last night. 3 2/3, 8 hits, 6 runs, all 6 were earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. I mean, I just didn't really think he'd be going to be good last night. I mean, he just was absolutely terrible. His stuff was just, catching way too much of the play. He was really getting hit around hard. Went in, the ERA into 290s. He comes out with an ERA of 4.10. So that's really just goes to show you right there. He definitely did not have a good night last night. His stuff just didn't really, I mean, honestly, he is more of a, ground ball kind of stuff, pitch to contact kind of out guy. But he just didn't have it last night at all. James Norwood, a solid inning and a third, collecting 3 strikeouts. Andrew Bellotti, 2/3 of an inning as he gets smacked with 1 earned. That was, when Brad Hand hit Trey Turner in the foot. That's why he was given that earned run. But Brad Hand certainly was not very good in that inning. I mean, he got pretty lucky. I mean, his ERA is at 1.93 though. I mean, he's definitely been there out of the bullpen so far this year. Nick Nelson with a solid inning and 2/3. His bullpen still has been really good so far this year. I understand it's had some blunders. I mean, it wasn't great last night. Of course, it was terrible. That heartbreaking 8-7 loss to the Mets. I mean, a few other examples. But for the most part, it has been very solid for this team. And Jerry Eastfield gets smacked with the blown save, his 2nd of the season, but he does get the win. He did allow the 2-run shot to Justin Turner to tie the game at 9. So, of course, we always had to make it interesting. And then Francisco Morales, of course, it always has to be interesting. It always has to be interesting. So, the 2nd straight night, I mean, we win this game by a thread. But a win is a win, as I said, 2 days in a row. So, his first save of his career. And that is your ball game. 12-10. Great win out of this Phillies team as we now sit 16-17. So I saw a lot of fight coming out of this Phillies team as the Astros defeat the Washington Nationals 6-1 last night. And the Mets lose as they get defeated by the Mariners by a final score of 2-1. And the Padres whip up all over the Atlanta Braves by a final score of 11-6. I mean, I guess kind of a slugfest there. And the Milwaukee Brewers defeat the Miami Marlins by a final score of 2-1. All the teams in the NL East lost last night except for the Phillies. So this is just great as we gain some ground here as we are now in sole possession of 2nd place. We are now 5.5 back from the Mets. So this has been an outstanding road trip. I mean, I was just hoping we could just win 1 in Seattle and 1 in LA. And then now we've won the series in Seattle, and now we've at least secured a series split here in Los Angeles. Still a great road trip out of this Phillies team. It totally exceeded my expectations. That is a tough Dodgers team over there. I mean, arguably, I think it's the best team in baseball. And we were supposed to go against Clayton Kershaw last night, and everybody got moved up. So we're facing a guy who's going to be, 1 day short rest, so which is just huge. Gracious Shores Ramo with a 3.68 ERA, going into Julio Reyes 2-2 with a 2.10 ERA. So hopefully the bats stay hot. Bryce Harper is red hot. Nick Castellanos with a nice bounce back night last night. So this offense is seeing the baseball. It is really seeing the baseball right now. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please don't engage the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out social media, link in the description section at Phillies Handsome Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at PeonStuffMedia. Card text 267-225-392. Email me, PhilliesHandsomeMedia@gmail.com. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phillies. See you.